Well, hello there, time traveler of the internet. You've just stumbled onto one of the most brutally honest corners of YouTube, where stories aren't just told, they're unpacked, stitched together, and sometimes burned to the ground. If you're new here, tap subscribe, send this to someone who needs to hear it, even if it's just your cat who's sick of drama. Drop your location in the comments, Earth, Mars, the DMV. I read everyone with popcorn. Let's dive in. A few days before the wedding, on an ordinary Tuesday evening, Ethan Clark sat at the kitchen table waiting. His fiancé, Riley, came home late again, Thai takeout in hand. It had become her routine lately, grabbing dinner after her so-called overtime shifts. But this night, it felt off the moment she walked in. No kiss, no smile, no eye contact. They ate in silence. Halfway through the meal, Riley set her chopsticks down. "Can we talk?" Ethan didn't flinch. Just nodded slowly and waited. She stood in the doorway between the kitchen and hallway, arms folded so tightly her knuckles turned white. "I don't know if I can go through with this wedding." There it was. The impact Ethan had been bracing for, but somehow it still landed like a sledgehammer to the chest. He said nothing. Just stared, waiting for the inevitable next line. "I've been talking to Noah again," she added, voice barely above a whisper. Noah. Her ex. The same man she once called her biggest regret. The one she promised taught her exactly what she didn't want in a partner. The same guy she said manipulated her emotions like a hobby. "I thought he was out of your life," Ethan said calmly. "He reached out last month. I didn't plan for anything to happen, but we started talking and now..." Her voice trailed off. "It's something more," Ethan finished for her. She gave a small nod. "I'm sorry. I need space. I need to figure things out." "So, you're choosing him," Ethan said flatly. "I don't know yet." "Yes, you do." Riley packed a small bag, said she'd be staying with her friend Lena, and on her way out added, "Please don't blow this out of proportion." Ethan just opened the door and watched her go like she was heading out for groceries. That night he cried once. Then never again. The reset. By morning Ethan was focused. The wedding was 4 days away. The fridge was still plastered with checklists, the ring still tucked in his nightstand. He made a fresh spreadsheet and started canceling everything. Venue cancelled. $12,000 deposit. Florist. Non-refundable. Loss of $2,300. Catering scaled back. Still lost money. Ring. Custom platinum emerald cut diamond with sapphire flanks, her dream. He had paid $11,200. A local jeweler offered him $6,800 cash after cleaning it. He took it without hesitation. It wasn't revenge. It was survival. The calls begin. By Friday night the calls started. First one at 9:12 p.m. By midnight, 10 missed calls. For text. "Where's the ring? Been thinking. Maybe we can sell it together?" It was expensive. Ethan ignored them all. The next morning he finally answered. "Hey," Riley's voice trembled. "Why haven't you picked up?" "I've been busy." "What's up?" "I was thinking. Maybe we decide together what to do with the ring." "No need," Ethan said. "I sold it." "You what?" "You walked out. That ring was for a future you walked away from." She tried to argue, claimed she wasn't running back to Noah, that he just helped her realize she felt trapped. "That's enlightening," Ethan replied. "Anyway, I used the money to cover the expenses you left me holding." "You're being cruel," she snapped. "No, I'm being done." That night Lena called him. "Hey Ethan. I'm just trying to keep things peaceful. Riley's under a lot of stress. Her parents are upset. There's still a $1,200 balance on the wedding dress." "Not happening," Ethan cut in. "They thought since you've already covered so much. Tell Riley and her family to stop asking me for money. I wasn't the one who bailed." The next day, an email arrived from Caroline Miller, Riley's mother. Subject line. A respectful suggestion for everyone's benefit. She laid out the expenses they'd covered. $800 for fittings. $600 for her own mother of the bride dress. $1,000 toward the rehearsal dinner. $200 on bridesmaid gifts. She closed with, "It's traditional for the groom's family to contribute. We hope you'll consider fairness." Ethan replied instantly, "I've already lost over $20,000 due to your daughter's decision. I won't be paying a cent more. This discussion is closed." The honeymoon offer. 2 days later, the honeymoon resort emailed Ethan, confirming his arrival. 6 nights. Oceanfront. All paid. No refund. He stared at the screen. Then he picked up the phone and called Caleb, his oldest friend. "I'm in," Caleb said without hesitation. "What should I pack?" But before they left, another message came, from an unknown number. It was Riley. "I know this is messy, but the honeymoon is paid for. Noah and I could go instead. Use it to clear the air. Maybe reset things." "Clear the air." Ethan replied once. "The booking is in my name. It's not transferable. I'll be going with someone who didn't walk out on me." More missed calls. Then the boutique called directly. They had Ethan listed as a backup contact. "Ms. Miller's wedding dress has an outstanding balance of $1,200, the clerk explained. "We've tried reaching her but..." "She's no longer my fiancé," Ethan said. "You'll need to contact her directly. I'm not responsible." That night, another voicemail. "Ethan. They said this could ruin my credit. My parents are furious. Noah's overwhelmed. I didn't expect it to spiral like this. Please call me." He didn't. "Because some wreckage you just let burn." Riley's life slowly fell apart. Her parents refused to cover her dress. Noah said, "It wasn't my wedding." She picked up a second job to cover the debt. The same woman who once lectured Ethan about emotional maturity was now stuck in a life of her own making. Months later, Ethan saw her at the grocery store. She froze. "Ethan," she said softly. "Riley," he replied. "You seem good." "I am." She looked like she wanted to say more, but there was nothing left to say. He walked away. Never looked back. 6 months passed. Ethan got a new place. Small studio across town. Clean. Quiet. No memories. He worked, lifted, hiked, laughed. Spent more time with Caleb. Dated a little casually. He wasn't running. He was rebuilding. One night, he pulled out the spreadsheet he made after she left. Every lost dollar, every non-refundable deposit. Not out of bitterness. Out of proof. He didn't crumble. That ring didn't buy revenge. Bought peace. You can't scorch the bridge, then expect someone to paddle back and pick you up. Ethan didn't let heartbreak define him. He let it sharpen him. And that's what closure really looks like.